This analyzes the figure of the professional mediator in the public institutions, in particular in the Ministry of Interior. The linguistic and cultural mediator is important in a society where the migratory flow is increasing. The linguistic and cultural interventions make the access to welfare and health system easy, whereas to the scholastic service and other training and educational opportunities. There are different kinds of mediation: civil, cultural, familial, linguistic, criminal, social, and international. The linguistic mediator is a professional figure that, thanks to an in-depth knowledge and excellent mastery of languages, connects different people. In the public institutions, the linguistic and cultural mediator appears in official events. His fundamental characteristic is the impartiality. He is a translator and interpreter, is able to translate into another language all that it is said in the original text, creating a new text which is nothing more than the translation of the original. The document is understood and rendered in the best way in the corresponding language. He must have lexical and adequate capacity. During his work, he feels emotional and anxious. There are different types of interpreting: the consecutive, the simultaneous, and the conference interpreting. The taking of notes is very important, and it consists in reporting the facts with the aid of symbols. The simultaneous interpreting consists in reporting the speech at the same time. It needs soundproof cabin. There is also the chuchotage, that means whisper. In this case, the interpreter is next to the listener and he communicates all that it is said. Although there are the linguistic and cultural mediators, when there is a problem of communication as well as of advice, the immigrants prefer trust in their family or about the member of the ethnic community of belonging. The linguistic and cultural mediator makes to the representatives of the institutions understand what is the best approach with the person. In fact, in Africa and Asia, to keep the eyes lowered while it is listening is sign of respect. In a criminal proceeding, he becomes a public official and he can't escape without a legitimate impediment. He makes translations and accompanies foreign citizens in the offices and provides advice. He has a fundamental role in the familiar custody. He must ensure that the children doesn't feel abandoned. From the health perspective, he is a bridge between the health operators and the immigrants. He must be careful about everything that is said. The relationship between the linguistic and the cultural mediator and the patient tends to be very close. He is an ally to whom the patient asks for advice. In the social sector, he makes the communication between the health professionals and users. In the school, the linguistic and the cultural mediators is integrated to the teaching activity. He offers temporary assistance to the teachers of the students who don't know the Italian language. The linguistic and the intercultural mediator is a new profession. It doesn't mean to translate from one language to another, but it means to mediate between two different cultures, two different visions of the world, two different systems of thought, and to value the resources for a pacific cohabitation. He must know the original culture of the immigrants and of the arrival country. He acts as a zipper between the immigrants and the local and social context where they live and work. The functionaries of the Ministry of the Interior speak 11 languages, and only 4 of them are vehicular. The most important are English, French, German, Spanish, Russian, Slovenian, Portuguese, Arab, Albanian, and Turkish. They translate national and international legislative texts. They participate in meeting conferences. There is also the interpreting activity in the form of simultaneous, consecutives, and chuchotage. Another form is the remote interpreting service. In this case, the interpreter isn't in the same place of the customer. The interpreter translates all that one person says for the benefit of the other. It is important for the interpreter to know all the linguistic registers in view of the different social status of the immigrants. In many cases, it needs to find an external interpreter who knows the language and dialect of the foreign people. He becomes the official voice of the Ministry of the Interior. In 2002, the association called ANTIMI was born to protect and enhance the interpreters of the Ministry of the Interior, and thanks to the RETE project, it is possible to put in contact the translation office and the translator. Another form of the linguistic recruitment of the mediators is the Silver Call, which is a platform for the emergency situation.